Recently, I played through the first third Modern Warfare, which was the 8th Call of Duty and shouldn't be confused with the 23rd Call of Duty that shares the same name because that one's not out yet, unless you're watching this video after November 10th, 2023, in which case congratulations on being late to the party or inventing time travel. The following is a completely accurate summary of the campaign. Trust me. The game begins with Don't Drop being dragged along through a flashback sequence by our cousin in Bob Barker's game show before you have a dream about being a guy named Derek hanging out with Sandman in New York because Spider-Man was busy. I adjust my FOV and make my way down the average US street according to anyone not from the US, but also anyone who watches the news regularly. Sandman lets us know that there's friendlies nearby, and the Grinch lets Truck know that means he's not supposed to shoot them, and then Truck lets us know that I got this joke mixed up in the script, so we're just gonna move on. Where was I? Like it matters. We get a door open for us because it wouldn't be a Call of Duty game if I didn't have a lack of player agency, unless it was a Rockstar game instead, because then it would have even less player agency, and it'd fail me for accidentally sneezing instead of following its instructions to a T. Can you tell how much I love Red Dead Redemption 2? We get another door open for us and bang some dudes and ourselves accidentally before introducing some bankers to the barrel of our shotgun, who we swear is friendly despite the fact that it's actively causing harm to everyone it sees. After arriving at the stock exchange, we send some GameStop employees to the moon or something. I don't really know how stocks work, I just blindly follow the advice of random Redditors who sound like they know what they're talking about because I can trust them to make sound business decisions with my money. And we remove some people who were loitering on the rooftop and then plant some thermite. Wait, that's not Frost's ability. Where are my bear traps? We get on our laptop to find hot singles in our area and introduce them to a predator. Missile.
How did you hit the hind with... Okay.
Wait, I did hit the hind?
Yes, is it hind is smoking a good shot?
Wasn't even... And hop in an Uber, but we get into some road rage, so we ask them politely to stop bothering us, and then we get shot down. 2-star. Wait. We actually recovered? A helicopter didn't get shot down in a Call of Duty game? Is that legal?
Verify initial strikes on the Predator feed.
Predator feed?
It's a Minecraft stream.
We get flashbanged by Cutting Torch, who fucking Ray, and Metal Gear Solid our way to something long, hard, and full of semen. A big black Russian phallus. After blowing the phallus, we come inside, and does anyone else feel like this narration is getting a little weird? Who knew a game about glorifying a bunch of big manly men would get so homoerotic? Anyone who's seen Top Gun? Oh yeah, okay.
You doing a hip fire only?
That's why I was picking up the shotgun. Who needs aim down sights? Aiming is for pussies.
Spray and pray.
Spray and pray, except I'm agnostic.
Spray and,
Pray and sometimes think about whether or not there's a god. We get a door open for us and shoot some guys in a very enclosed space because we don't care about our hearing, and then get a door blown open for us that we can launch some missiles to hike up the price of real estate in New York by making more ocean view apartments from destroying buildings. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to see my hands here. Like, normally the FOV is, like, low, so you wouldn't be able to see it, so my hands are just, like, hanging out.
you just really want to give those Russians a hug.
Sandman, lean back just a little bit, man. Come on. Come here, buddy. Let's just cuddle. This is the most Call of Duty game they ever made until Ghosts. Ghosts was so Call of Duty that even Call of Duty people were like, this is too Call of Duty, we want something else. Bob Barker's game show channels his inner Donald Trump by letting us know that there are good people on both sides, and we cut to lesbian hentai who gets grabbed by Don't Drop and coughed on, but before we have time to tell him how rude that was, especially after COVID, our Uber ride crashes into the building. 2 stars. We press F to stab Don't Drop and get a door open for us, and after remodeling the courtyard, we get another door open for us, and I immediately start shooting civilians because I was told not to. After removing some jaywalkers from the middle of the road, we get another door open for us, and now the game doesn't like that we're shooting civilians, even though it was okay before. We get another door open for us, and then another door open for us, and then the floorboards open for us so we can try out the new RC car, which is easy to use as long as you can parse literally any information through all the excessive shaking while you're firing the gun. And then an Uber driver makes us run a block to try and get to them, but the shoddy infrastructure in this town drops us in a river and we nearly drown before they actually pick us up. 2 stars. Bob Barker's game show lets us know that truth is just a matter of perspective, but I'm pretty sure that's why we're having a climate crisis right now, because a bunch of morons decided that the truth was just someone's opinion, man. And we cut to a plane where we mess with the Russian president. Wait a second, this isn't Vladimir Putin. My suspension of disbelief can only go so far. Why is Makarov trying to take down the plane with the president in it if his plans involve taking the president alive? The president survived some absolute bullshit during this whole thing, but like, why take the risk in the first place?
Someone's gonna have to repair this plane, and there's gonna be like, motherfuckers shooting shit.
Nah, they're insured, they'll just get a new one.
Yeah, call Boeing. Hey, Boeing, can you just,
Oh, if this is a Boeing, then it's just actually just falling. This is not the terrorists doing this. Still not allowed to open doors. The plane lands and the back half snaps off and then flips into us and we die, and that's the end of the game. Are we alive? Because that would be really dumb. But then there's more. Leonid Podovkin is alive!
Oh man,
I love Commander Pumpkin.
he's the godfather to my children, man.
Hey Leonid, how do I look? Do I look like I have a concussion? There's just like a piece of the plane like sticking out of my head. Metal Gear Solid 5 style. Hurry up, Russian Barney.
Russian Barney.
He's dressed like Barney from the first Half-Life, but in green.
Barnovely?
Barnovely. Barnovich.
Barnovich is way better. Barnovsky.
Barnovsky.
Get a PP.
Wait! Just shake it a little.
That's so good.
It's like toner cartridge.
It's
Just
like-
gotta shake it a little bit.
It's like a ketchup bottle.
Like, oh, there's a little bit in here still.
Hey, I get to open a door. Oh no, it's Makarov wearing a surprisingly stylish outfit. Oh no, Barney. What did we call him?
Barnovich.
Barnovich. Oh no. Not whoever the fuck we were. It's Vladimir Russian man.
Ivan Ivanovich Ivanovsky.
It's a real person though.
Is that really?
I'm pretty sure. Turns out Macaroni is transporting something through the Congo, so we're headed to Africa to steal it from him because we're so egotistical that other people aren't allowed to have nice things. See, Makarov's not actually interested in all that stuff with the president. He just wants to find out where the president's daughter is because he's like really into her, but she wouldn't swipe on him on Tinder. And he's got all this elaborate invasion of the planet because, like, he's that much of an incel. Bob Barker's game show tells us to be stealthy, so we loudly murder everyone in our way so that there won't be anyone left to tell on us. And then we get through the rest of the level with absolutely no problems whatsoever. Oops.
I don't think I can make that joke.
No, I wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We all know, we just can't say it. We all know the joke.
All of us were on the same wavelength right there.
They are shooting through the rock. That's why I'm getting killed. Bullets only hurt people, not rocks, which is why. Huh? Really? The world's most solid piece of fabric?
It's the canvas for the Fallout 76 packs.
No.
Yeah. Clear? What? Are you joking? Clear? You know what my favorite part of Call of Duty is? When I can't tell anything that's going on. Jesus Christ. Price's ass threw me backwards.
One boy's got a dumpy.
We crashed through the housing market.
Shut up. I think I could take a nap and none of you would notice.
But you're the only one paying attention to the plot. We're gonna be so lost without you.
Yeah,
You
we would
lost without
notice.
me anyway. Have chat do it.
Yeah, but see, chat being in charge of the plot, chat thinks they're funny. Ah, melee. I think I may actually have to Call of Duty this correctly.
Oh god, I sure hope not. Ah.
He's just falling asleep. See, now that Soap has been knifed once, he is immune to knives. That's how vaccines work. That's why you can only get one vaccine, because then your body becomes immune to needles.
That's gonna be really difficult for my estrogen injections then.
We just have to give it a little bit of a break, and then it remembers that it has more bullets. All the bullets we need are in there, but you don't get them all at once because it's just not, it doesn't believe that it's there.
Talk has always been unfunny, especially since that Heart of Gould joke in Spec Ops The Line. Who the fuck is Talk?
I think they mean chat.
I think they mean Tali. Yeah, see, Talk is cheap, Tali doesn't come cheap.
You gotta at least buy me a Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell.
Oh, maybe she does come cheap then.
You see, Anthony, if you give a trans femme a Crunchwrap Supreme, she's gonna ask for a Baja Blast.
See, this might be transphobic to say, but I think all trans people just have a shit diet.
Yes, yes. It's part of the initiation, you know.
Doggo. The doggo's absorbing all the bullets. Oh, or not.
That went on for a strangely long time. Turns out this entire mission was a complete waste of time because the shipment gets away and Macaroni wasn't even around at all. The shipment ends up in France and we care about that at all for some reason, so we're off to Paris to stop whatever nefarious plot Macaroni is up to, and we get a wonderful and not at all blurry camera to use. We get a door open for us and we watch some extremely slow soccer. Oh no, wait, they call it overseas. No, wait, that's what they call soccer fans, not the game. After docking with some workers, we open a truck, but it's empty, which is a bad thing because we were really hoping to steal someone's furniture for our new apartment.
Paying the queer tax to turn the frogs trans.
That's contributing directly to the gay agenda. Basically, she's got a sticky note that says, be gay, do crime. And then borrow a truck to drive on the subway because we're so anti-public transportation that we'd rather cause a major inconvenience for everyone than get onto a train. You don't actually have to do anything at all during this sequence, so I didn't. The whole thing resolves itself on its own. Why even play the game at all? And then the truck flips over when we die, and that's the end of the game. But then there's more, unfortunately, because there's still 2 hours left. After murdering some commuters because of our aforementioned hate of public transportation, we watch a child get blown up, and then London gets lit as fuck. Wait, there's a gas-bombing terrorist attack in this game that came out the exact same year as Battlefield 3? It even also happens in Paris, just like Battlefield 3. That's a weird coincidence.
They vaporized the fucking estrogen and are feminizing all of Europe.
This is what the Republicans are scared of.
Cut to Derek getting Ubered into a war zone with all his buddies, but only like half of them survive to the destination. 2 stars. We eliminate some pedestrians and then stand on top of a tank that randomly explodes for no reason before killing everyone on a bus because of, well, you get the idea by now.
Add gaslighting to the list.
Well, see, Tali is allowed to gaslight because that's one of the 3...
One of the 3 Gs.
Girl keep, gas boss, gate, light.
Stop it. God, that fucking broke my brain.
After hopping in an Uber and getting blurry with our buddies, we shake angrily at things that we can't really see in hopes that we're hitting something and try to find a parking spot. But the lot is full up, so we take out our frustration on people who are just trying to find out where they parked their cars. Our Uber falls down 3 stories and we're almost crushed to death by a car, and then we're forced to get out and walk the rest of the way on foot. 2 stars. We no-scope our way down the street and break open a door because we didn't actually know how to open it ourselves, and then kill a hostage, which this game didn't like, so we have to do that all again. Cut to Bob Barker's game show driving, so we immediately crash because the dead game show host can't be trusted behind the wheel. Wait, Bob Barker is still alive? Huh, good for him. I guess that means we'll have to age into this joke. Lesbian hentai turns into a helicopter.
You want the fucking hands?
Why are there hands? And we get another door open for us so we can interrogate a guy, but the best place to find weed. That's all we needed.
You still prices kill, that's why.
What? That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, like, legitimately, you shot him right before Price was.
That's fucking dumb. Fuck you, Price. Oh no, he's dead! What happened? I couldn't see or hear. And now it's time to leave, so the rest of this level is just a convoluted walk to the Uber ride. I am Super Yuri! The Uber crashes before we can even get onto it. 2 stars. We get a door open for us. Really? I just fucking did that! Fucking game.
You're not allowed to open your own doors till then,
Did they just pop out?
And run through Druid Sandstorm till we catch up with our cousin and then defend the area from some flashlights because visibility in this game is such a fucking joke, they decided to just make it impossible to see anything at all except for a white dot and call that a gameplay sequence. After picking up our cousin, we slide down to our Uber and get filled in at the who found the drug dealer we were looking for, so we double tap some corpses to make sure they don't reanimate as weed zombies. Holy shit, that's a gigantic belt. Oh my god. That's like somebody was told to model a belt and they were like, you know what a belt looks like, right? And he's like, yeah, totally. We get loud in a library just to be a dick and then get a door open for us so we can kill some people who are looking for scones because there's a limited supply and I don't want to share. We call in some screen shake and watch Sandman assume a power stance so that we can go down into a sewer and look for some rats or turtles who've got our pizza, but then we remember that we're not in New York and decide to get flashbanged. Hooray. We get into a car chase, but we're not allowed to drive, so we refuse to shoot, which turns out okay, except for like 2 parts, so fine if I have to.
oh no!
Hang on! Hang on! Hang on, I'm reloading!
You don't have enough time!
We'll extract any intel he has on Makarov.
That would be really funny if it failed you. That would be so...
Oh my god!
a second later, you would have been fine.
That's so fucking funny. And now it's time for no, wait. Oh, please, not an AC-130 mission. It's so blurry and boring. My least favorite things. Well, and coconuts, but that's not really relevant. After providing some suppressing fire, we get sent back to no, where we spend the next minute and a half that feels more like an eternity before getting our consciousness thrown back down into Derek so that we can point and click some tanks and defend a bridge from an arbitrary amount of enemies. Then we watch the Eiffel Tower live up to its name. Hey, wait a second. Sky mistakes the mission for a scene in G.I. Joe where the Eiffel Tower gets destroyed. Remember in the G.I. Joe movie when they have that, like, disintegrator weapon that they use on the Eiffel Tower?
That's what I'm thinking of.
Sky was thinking of this. Maybe. Battlefield 3, Modern Warfare 3, and G.I. Joe all involve green gas, and the Eiffel Tower falls in two of them, so it all kind of blurs together. They're all equally shit. Then I walk into a tail rudder of a helicopter, and I have to repeat this entire 2.5-minute sequence. Hooray. How come these guys are allowed to walk through the tail rudder and I'm not? Now it's time for the stealth section, and you know how I do with those. If you're new here, then just imagine sending a coked up cat into a room full of dogs. It's not like that, but it's a pretty funny thing to imagine, right? After getting pet by a dog, we get our screen shake to meet some of Bob Barker's game show's friends who help us clear out a courtyard so we can have lunch in peace. And then I get a door open for us so we can report some peeping toms to the authorities. We get our screen blurred by a tank and fenestrate ourselves into an art installation because they'd never be able to tell if a bunch of broken glass all over the floor was evidence of a break-in or just some weird modern art piece. After getting the door open for us, we channel in our cat and play with some lasers so that we can attend church before we head to a Denny's to harass the waitresses after the congregation is over. And now it's time for the point and click section, which is just as boring as it always is. Surprise, Kamarov is dead, and everyone is so distraught over... Who is Kamarov again? Turns out there's a bomb in the tower we're squatting in, and we get blown up out of the building because Macaroni hates squatters, and Don't Drop gets squished into some extra stuff, and that's why he dies in the next scene. Not because he just fell out of a fucking building while he was still recovering from a knife wound to his chest. He dies from a completely unrelated injury, and I am not kidding. Oh my god, he's dead! We finally get to open a door by ourselves, but Barker's game show doesn't like that, so he punches us down 2 flights of stairs because we're not supposed to have player agency, and sends us to flashback hell, which is incredibly blurry. And then we get drunk and pick up a gun, but we're a responsible gun owner and don't try to shoot anyone with it, even if we are irresponsibly waving the barrel at people. Bob Barker's game show lets us know that we bought the new Modern Warfare 3 pre-order bonus, so Activision has allowed us to live. And we cut to us floating into a castle with some weird green vision I've never seen before, so I turn it off because it serves no purpose. We get a door open for us, and the game basically just plays itself, because why would we ever actually want to do anything ourselves? And we get some more doors open for us, and Bob Barker's game show kills the lights, which is kind of a dick move because now it's really hard to see, and there's no way to alleviate that. After getting another door open for us, we plant our package on a wall and invent a hole in the wall so we can climb up to a control room that Bob Barker's game show blows up because he's a boomer and doesn't understand technology. So we fall right into a kitchen and are just fine even though nothing broke our fall. Okay. And we run away with absolutely no problems whatsoever. Fucking Jesus came down to kill me! Bob Barker's game show Ubers us off a cliff and we almost die. 2 stars. Cut to Derek waking up on the floor so we can run for 20 seconds and start the level from 20 minutes earlier. Okay, why was that necessary? Where we get dropped off on a rooftop so we can do some more pointing and clicking because this is everyone's favorite part, right? Don't bother moving at all, just aim and shoot. We do some different pointing and clicking and then watch our buddies explode, so now we've got to go do their job for them. Flashbang transition.
Got RPG'd again.
I love it! Just look straight at him and the RPG's like, nah, we'll just go somewhere else. Whee! Battlefield 3! And now we're back to 20 minutes later, 11 minutes later. We get a door open for us and murder some survivors because we're not the rescue team, and then get another door open for us, and then another door, but that one blows up because it was bad at being a door, and the bad guys get away with the president's AI-generated daughter. Cut to an elevator that we take to the ground floor because it crashed. We fire a bunch of guns in an enclosed space because we really want to go deaf as quickly as possible and get a door open for us into a snow-filled hellscape full of explosive barrels that like to kill me. We find the president's AI-generated daughter and rappel down a hole to blow open a hole in the floor, save President not Putin. And after getting blurry on a turret for a while, we get a little blown up, but that's okay because Bob Barker's game show drags us to our Uber and the Americans decide to sacrifice themselves to defend us against an infinite amount of enemies, and this section is listed as one of the most emotional parts of the series for some reason, even though I feel absolutely nothing. Even more so than usual. And now it's time for the wrap-up mission, which is entirely just filler to pad out the runtime and try to make Macaroni's death more interesting. We take an elevator but get hit by a helicopter, which means we've got to take off our heavy armor and play the game normally again. So we jump to another elevator that we ride to the top floor just in time to get blown up by lesbian hentai. We press F to not die and lesbian hentai gets impaled, but he tells us to stop Macaroni, who gets away in a helicopter because I'm bad at quick time events. After crashing the helicopter because Bob Barker's game show doesn't know how to fly, we almost get shot, but Macaroni gets caught monologuing by lesbian hentai who is still alive, but now he's dead. So we press F to beat up Macaroni and decide to see what happens if you don't follow the QTE, which is just that you explode and have to start the sequence over. It just kills you if you just don't press one of the... That's fucking stupid. QTEs are so fucking dumb.
QTEs are very dumb, and guess what? You have to restart him!
Woo! Everybody loves QTEs. Are you paying attention? You fucking better be. Or else some random shit will happen, so you gotta restart and make sure you're paying fucking attention. This definitely doesn't take away from the seriousness of the scene or anything. Gotta love it. Then we hang Macaroni like a piñata and take a puff of a cigar, and that's the end of the game. Game over. Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. It's like being John Malkovich, but fucking Call of Duty. Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. Call of Duty. It's kind of insane to me that there are 23 Call of Duties. Recently, I played through the... Ooh, my voice.